On the news tonight, Cross River State Governor Basio II gives automatic employment to ex-corps member who honored father in viral video. Wife of the state governor Ayo 102 celebrates 60th birthday in Calabar. Plus, management of Nta Calabar felicitated chief of staff to state governor on his birthday. Details of these and more shortly. Cross River State Governor Basio II has offered Ms. Arut Abam, an ex-corps member, automatic employment in the state civil service for honoring her father's sacrifices to give her higher education. It will be recalled that Ms. Arut Abam returned to her father's thatched house in their village and filmed herself marching towards him with a military-style salute while thanking her father. She posted the video on social media with a touching note of gratitude and a charge to youths not to be ashamed of their humble background. Touched by Arut's expression, the report had it that the Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino, who sent a delegation to Gep Iyakal local government area to verify the story, promised to build a 3-bedroom flat for Mr. Abam and family as recognition of his sacrifices. Cross River State Governor Basio II lauded Governor Umoino's gesture towards Arut Abam, an exemplary young Cross Riverian. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Nsa Calabar, indicates that the Governor hosted Arut in his office, where he charged youths in Cross River State to emulate such acts. Arut, a graduate of mass communication from Temple Gate Polytechnic, Aba, Abia State, expressed thanks to Governor II for his kind gesture. According to the report, the Governor has given Arut the privilege to choose any ministry, department or agency she would prefer to work with within the state's civil service. Wife of the Cross River State Governor Ayo 102 has been described as replica of the biblical virtuous woman, a goal-getter and a philanthropist who has the heart for the needy and less privileged in the society. Cross River State Governor Senator Basio II is among dignitaries who showered these encomiums on his wife on her 60th birthday celebration. Justina Etham reports.
We can only turn 60 once in a lifetime, a feat not everyone is privileged to attain, and so the joy and gratitude was obvious as family, friends, and associates joined the wife of the Cross River State Governor, Reverend Ayo 102, as she marks her Diamond Jubilee in a grand style. In a celebration which kicked off with a church service, her husband and governor of Cross River State says he's on a path to lifting the state from poverty to prosperity, describing his wife as a pillar of support.
We shared one same principle, and that is that of giving. She can give the last thing that she has. And I also discovered that I share in that because if somebody begs me for something and I have that thing and I cannot give out, my mind, my conscience will never allow me to rest. Because it is only at that point that that person needs that particular thing you're going to do. Another day, even if you give the fellow $1 million, it does not mean too much than that particular day which you had saved his life. So I try to answer those kind of calls or give those responses anytime the need arises. The journey together has not been an easy one. We've passed through thick and thin. There are some that some women cannot stand. but she stood firm like a pillar.
At the reception held at CICC, testimonials on the good deeds of the celebrants poured forth from dignitaries who graced the occasion.
You are beautiful in your hearts, outwardly, continue to do your best. Now, at the age of 60, there is nothing you don't have. You have wealth, you have God, you have Jesus, and you are preaching His word to all of us to hear.
The last 1 year, we have witnessed her efforts in supporting her husband, the governor of Cross River State, to grow Cross River State more and more. We see her interventions, whether it's in women in small and medium enterprise. We see it because of her belief that when you empower a woman, you empower a household.
The celebrant appreciates God for bringing her this far.
But God made it possible because of the deep love He has for you. Who am I? Somebody like me. So I wish above all that you prosper and live in good health, live long life, so prosperous.
The colorful ceremony witnessed the cutting of cake while a toast was proposed by the wife of Ebonyi State Governor, Mary Madeline Nwifuru.
The management of the Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Calabar, is felicitating with the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Cross River State, Emmanuel Ayonba, on his birthday. The report is here presented from our studio.
The management of Nta Calabar congratulates the Chief of Staff, Honorable Emmanuel Ayonba, on the occasion of his birthday. The management joins family, friends, well-wishers, and the people of Cross River State in wishing Honorable Ayonba more years in good health and a purpose for true leadership as he leads his people with support from his principal, the Governor of Cross River State. The General Manager and other members of the Nta Calabar sincerely appreciate the love, warmth, and support from the Cross River State Governor. And the management wishes to commend the efforts and dedication of the Chief of Staff to the welfare of the people of the state since his assumption of office, and the constructive relationship that exists across the state that has helped to create a formidable network of support for the government in power through its programs and initiatives. The management further prays for God's increasing good health and protection for the Chief of Staff as he further advances his services to the state and the nation.
Many residents of Obubra urban and adjoining communities in Cross River State have been rendered homeless, with no fewer than 100 houses and property worth millions of naira destroyed by a recent wild wind experienced in the area. According to the report, the victims of the disaster, who are accounting their losses following the level of destruction caused by the incident, are appealing for prompt intervention by governments. The level of destruction caused by the recent wild wind from Ogada 2 to the entire Obubra urban and adjoining communities in Cross River State is described as terrible and unfortunate. The incident destroyed about 100 houses, uprooting trees, electric poles and transformer, throwing the communities into perpetual darkness while rendering many people homeless.
But it is me and my household, we have nowhere to stay. Sooner or later now the school will resume. I am appealing to the government of this country in Nigeria to assist me.
And also we have public places that were also affected. Where we have a primary school there was affected, churches were also affected. So this damage have so much caused excruciating pains to our people. Like if you check now, most persons have been running around from different places to seek refuge.
On that fateful day, I was here with my children and my apprentice when the rain was falling. From nowhere, the storm was too much. What we just experienced, the pole and everything was falling down. It's only God that saved our life in this place.
The breeze started, and before we would know, it started dragging the poles. And it fell even when some people are sitting here, as I'm sitting down here right now. So the poles fell down and dragged until down to the general hospital. So my appeal to the government is that the government should not always look into the other side. It should also see that this is a serious matter that has taken place here.
Well, Since the disaster came on board, we decided to secure some materials that are still available. So we are collecting those ones that are still good to keep in a safe site so that people will not come and steal them.
In the wake of this natural disaster, a very pathetic situation played out when the roof of one Christian Acletus was blown off by the wind to another compound, destroying the roof of one Emmanuel Ike, who used her zinc to roof his house, forgetting the incident was not caused by the woman who is now crying for justice. This attracted the attention of the member representing Obubra 1 State constituency, Ovat Agbo, who brokered peace between both families during his visit to the area to ascertain the level of damage caused by the incident.
When I heard about the matter, I felt very pathetic. I had to go to one Emmanuel Ike, and I spoke to him. I said, why did you compel your neighbor, the roof that moved, that pulled off through the windstorm to your house, why do you compel the person to pay you money and use the zinc to fix your house and there are plans to fix your house? I said, no, it's wrong. And I said, no, I want to see I can foster peace between the both of you. Try and make sure you return those things back to them and return their monies back and return their planks and their zincs back to them because everybody is involved. I think right now is a moment of grief. Everybody is not happy.
The lawmaker promised to do his best for his constituents, but appealed for support from government at all levels.
I want the federal government to come into it through the reliable agencies like NEMA and even NDDC too should equally come to our aid because only the state government with the destruction here, I think the state alone cannot incur all the expenses. But we need the federal agencies to equally do something. And besides, I'm going to take a serious motion on this and then matter of urgent public importance that need to be taken on the floor of the House.
Although no life was lost, some families have commenced reconstruction of affected buildings, while others are appealing for assistance from government, international community, individuals and groups in order to alleviate their sufferings. From Obubra local government area of Cross River State, Uduak Etam, NTA News. That is it on our news. Thanks for watching.